That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 81 of Camp Strange. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and insatiable.
That's a big word for you.
It's a part of my story.
Oh.
Do you know what that word means?
No idea. No, it means like...
You can't be satiated.
It's
satisfied, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I always thought it was like, you can't get enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be satisfied, you know. But before we get into those long stories that we have for you today, we got to catch you up on any news you might have missed. And, David, do you want to start this one?
Sure. Coronavirus porn is officially a thing after horny panic hits all-time high.
What's a horny panic? I mean, I know this podcast is pro-horny, pro-everything horny.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm not pro-horny disease.
In all honesty, I wasn't going to read this one.
Because it kind of sounds insensitive, but I'm interested.
Well, no, because there was another one that started very similar that I thought I closed that tab, and I accidentally just read it.
Well, too late. But it does kind of make sense. It's like, it's kind of hot, like, if you think about it, because you get hot when you get the virus, right? And then they bring you into another room, and they're like, you're quarantined, you got to take off all your clothes.
I mean, as soon as it's deemed naughty and bad, people just want it.
There is a problem, though, because whoever is quarantining the other person, you know, you got to get naked or whatever, strip off, whatever. We got to spray
I see
down.
where you're going with that.
But the problem is you're going to spread the virus, right? Unless you're doing it through like a hazmat suit. But then that's just more, I don't know.
That opens the gates for more actors and actresses who might not be so good to look at in the face, though.
Yeah. Like people who look perpetually sick. Like Pete Davidson.
Oh, yes, Pete Davidson could star in it.
Yeah, he'd be great in this.
Well, I was also, there's lots of good scenarios you could really base this around. Being stuck in a hotel room with each other for God knows how long.
So
Being
you're saying
quarantined.
See, you're saying two people are quarantined together.
No, big old orgy.
Oh.
They're all sick. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Okay, I was thinking more like a guy in a hazmat suit or a woman in a hazmat suit. It's like gets a coronavirus person and is like, hey,
Okay.
you gotta get naked.
These are all of our original ideas.
You know, your doctor, you walk in, you're like, hi, doc, and he's like, you gotta get naked, and you're like,
Again? I did it in the lobby.
I broke my finger. Get naked. That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
Is that on? Where is that?
Do you want me?
Where can I find this?
Do you want me to read the one I was supposed to be reading?
Yeah.
All right. Coronavirus panic buying has created a black market for toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Oh, it's a black market now.
So people are buying it in stock and then selling it for way more.
Toilet paper and what?
Hand sanitizer.
Okay. Why toilet paper?
Because nobody wants to end up with no toilet paper.
That's true. I mean, but then you just get a bidet. You just get up in the sink.
I do my business where I take my showers, and that's in the street with a hose.
Or see, that's how you do it. You do it in the shower and then waffle stomp.
Waffle stomp. There you
know
go,
what
people.
Waffle stomp is.
Tobin's a big waffle stomper.
You don't know waffle stomp is. You better.
You're not living.
Urban Dictionary that. But you know what? I also read something about the coronavirus. They're saying that you should not be buying masks because the masks
Trap it.
don't help. No, they're not helping people who aren't dealing with like sick people. They're saying that the best way for everybody to combat the virus is to wash your hands regularly. And if you're not dealing with somebody physically who you know has the virus, that it actually the masks don't even like help. Maybe.
Well, as far as I'm aware, no one knows how it's actually spread.
They're saying that it's a little airborne, but like it's kind of heavy too, so it like sinks or some shit like that. But like they're saying that by buying all these masks,
no sandals.
No sandals.
No sandals with open wounds on your feet.
Your toenails are going to be covered.
Yeah.
No biting your toenails either. But the thing is, apparently doctors are short on masks, which is actually fucking up, their livelihood and their protection. And they're just saying there's a shortage on masks too. So that's probably another black market item.
I was building a set for a shoot the other day, and we had to go get masks because there's going to be a lot of
sawdust.
No, it was for spray paint.
Oh, okay.
Because the whole thing was, it's this or that. I don't know if there's an NDA to it, so I'm not going to say. But basically, there's going to be a lot of spray painting.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, make sure you guys get tons of masks for it. And when the set designers went, they were like, yeah, Home Depot's sold out of all forms of face masks.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Amazon probably not Amazon, but like maybe.
I have a box just for the hell of it because it was like $2 and I bought it for, spray painting, whatever, because I like to create shit.
No, you don't.
And so I have a little box in my house and I was like, I could be selling this.
It's
but
true.
Also making a profit off of a virus.
It's a little.
I'm not going to say it's below me.
I mean, there is porn out there.
There is porn.
That is profiting off of it.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I mean, we're pro-porn.
And we don't make any money off
we're
of this.
We're pro-porn. We're pro-porn, anti-profit.
Yeah.
We do free porn. And anyway, speaking of porn.
You see it all.
Speaking of porn, semen-filled syringes recovered after grocery store stabbing attack.
I saw that one. Didn't click on it.
How can you not? So this guy, oh my God, his name is Thomas Byron Steeman.
It's close.
He's 50.
It's close.
He's 51. He's from Maryland, and
He doesn't see T's.
What?
He doesn't see T's.
What does that mean?
His name was Steeman, right?
Yeah.
Take the T out of there.
He doesn't see T's.
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't acknowledge the letter T.
I thought a CT was something. I'm like,
No.
I don't know what that means.
It was a bad joke, okay? Let's move on.
Let's hang on this for a little bit. But Maryland police have a man in custody after they found syringes full of semen in his car. And he actually...
I mean, who doesn't?
He stabbed a unsuspecting woman in the buttocks with a syringe. They're not sure if the syringes that he stabbed her with were semen related, or he was doing like another experiment with some other syringes. Like he bought a big box of syringes, and he's like, well, these are my stabbing syringes. Now I have like 45 more syringes. What am I going to do with them? Better put some semen in them, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's well established through this podcast that I am a science man. But this is not a topic I'm too familiar with, but I thought that if you did have an air bubble in a syringe, it would send you into cardiac arrest.
Yes, but that's in your vein.
Well, I'm just saying if you could have hit a vein, like...
But the butt is all fat. Like
You got no veins in your butt? Let me see that butt.
See, I'm not... Hey, we're going to have to pause the podcast for a second.
Why don't you jog in place for a minute and then let me see that butt?
No, but
Flex them.
No, the thing is like you're obviously, when they show the needle and the person flips upside down, they squeeze like the water and it shoots out the top. They're doing that to get all the air bubbles out, because if you have an air bubble in, it goes to your heart and you, like you said, you cardiac arrest. But there's no actual proof that he actually even injected something in. He walked up behind her. He returned his cart, and then she was walking in, and he stabbed her in the butt with the needle. And then he said, "Oh, where's the quote?" He said, she thought she had been stung. She said, he leaned forward and said, "Feels like a bee sting, huh?" And she's like, "What?"
Sly dog.
Because she jumped when she thought it was a lit cigarette.
Okay.
And
Whoa.
yeah,
That's something only someone says when they have been burned with a lit cigarette, which is very alarming. They need to look into that.
But she started driving home. She said it hurt really badly, and then they went back and they found the guy, and then they found his car, and then they found in his car syringes full of semen. So they're still doing some research, which is fucking terrifying if this guy's like HIV positive.
Oh yeah, of
or
course.
he has like, I don't know, any other kind of semen disease.
There's a lot of them.
See, I'm the science man.
Yeah.
Semen disease.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he has to go to court, and he's being held by the police, and the investigation is still ongoing. So fucking terrifying. Like, what a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
The lady looks kind of old. I mean, her face is blurred out, but her body looks like her wardrobe looks like she might be like in her like mid to late 60s. So I'm like, is this revenge? Is this like a weird hit he's trying to do? Does somebody pay him to do this? And he's like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck? He did it. He did it in the sliding door of the grocery store where everybody knows that there's a fucking camera there.
Yeah. Sometimes these guys just want to get caught.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Maybe.
So I just thought of something. I had to do a quick check.
Quick check.
Since we got on the topic of the coronavirus, and I kept seeing a thing going around saying that the Corona beer has been losing sales because people think that it's related to.
It is.
So I typed it in because I was going to bring that up as a news story because that's like sometimes when we record, there's like those big things that we should talk about, but we don't talk about because it was like
It was like
it came out
oversaturated, or
well, not just so much that, but it came out like in between that gray area of when we recorded and when we released, and then
Yes.
like we miss it and we just forget about it.
Yeah.
But I just typed it in because I was going to talk about it, but Snopes popped up, and I guess they said that it's actually completely false, and Corona has actually been making more money off of their name being thrown around with a virus.
See, we're anti-profit. That's fucked up, Corona.
Yeah. For the record, that is the worst beer in the world.
Is it?
I fucking hate Corona.
I like Corona. You're a
I think-
Pacifico guy?
Yeah, I think Corona is my least favorite beer in the world.
Really?
I hate it.
There's so many more worse beers.
I don't know.
Natty Light. Are you
This-
kidding me?
The second a Corona gets remotely room temperature, it's the most
Busch?
disgusting thing in the world.
You like Natty Light and Bush?
I respect them from what they got me through in college.
I get it.
I feel like if I had I might not enjoy it, but at least give me some happy, flashbacks.
I hear you on that because those beers go, we're tailgating shitty beers that like you just
fun.
You could smash it on your head and you won't be upset that you spilled the whole thing. But Corona's like, hey, welcome to the beach. This is like you're gonna sit in a lawn chair and enjoy this, and it's like a fancy beer, and then it's just like a normal beer.
Until it sits in this beach weather sun for 2 minutes,
It gets
and then
fucked
it's
up.
warm, and it's disgusting.
Because it doesn't have the tinted
It is
bottle.
awful.
Yeah,
It's
the light fucks it
awful.
up real quick.
Yeah.
But
All right. So do you have another story?
I do have one more. It's very
Okay, well, I've
quick,
got one
though.
more.
Okay, go.
Oprah Winfrey falls down at wellness.
I saw that. I
Hold
saw
on,
that.
Hold on. Oprah Winfrey falls down at wellness tour while talking about balance. Loses shoe.
I didn't see the shoe fall off.
Yeah, she lost a shoe.
But I saw somebody. They have video of it from like the upper rafters, and somebody superimposed like Michael Jackson doing his like famous like spin
Little kick.
and then his spin and then his like hand push out where he grabs his hat and pulls it down and pushes his hand out, and he pushes her over.
Yeah,
Classic.
classic.
But she fucking went down. She's at the point where you can't be falling.
Yeah.
I was
I
talking.
don't know how much money you got.
I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and we were watching this show called Abandoned, which is a great show on Hulu. You should check it out. And the host is, oh my god, I always forget his name, Rick McCrank, something like that.
Rick's gonna McCrank it.
But he is a professional skateboarder, and he's like 44. And I'm like, there comes a day, especially with some pro athletes that are just like, oh, my joints are fucked up. But pro skaters can last a pretty long time. But there's a time.
It always depends. But yeah.
I just feel like pro skaters are like very, very passionate about skateboarding. And there's a day where you're just like, you take one fall and you're like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, you blow your ankle out or your knee, you're done.
It's a really, really tough sport on your body. So
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like that must be really hard for those pro skaters.
Everybody
and it must
could
be
have
hard
been
for Oprah to do falling during her speeches. You can't be doing
Yeah.
speeches anymore. It's too dangerous.
Everybody could have been a pro skateboarder, but you just took that one fall.
What? Don't do this.
Okay. It's too early in the episode.
So, my one I have right here is actually very interesting. I thought,
Oh, so interesting.
shut the fuck up. So Ryan
It
Johnson.
doesn't blow my fucking mind. I'm gonna be mad.
I said it's interesting. I didn't say it was gonna blow your mind. You know Ryan Johnson. Do you know who Ryan Johnson is?
It's a very
Ryan Johnson.
common name, so no.
He's a director. He directed
Okay.
the movie Knives Out. He
Oh, okay.
directed Looper, and he directed, I believe, the second Star Wars of the new franchise. I forget what it's called. Rise of Skywalker. something
The
like
really
that.
shitty one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. No, that's the last one. Fuck.
No, the second
Rise of Skywalker.
The second one was the really shitty one. The newest one wasn't that bad.
I heard people rewatched it and they actually thought it was pretty good.
the
I don't
casino
know.
scene.
No, not that scene. But I don't know. There's parts. Whatever. What about when the thing's milking itself, or Luke's drinking the green milk? That's
Put that on a loop.
best scene. But he said that Apple, the company,
Mm-hmm.
won't allow villains to use its products on screen.
Oh, wow.
So bad guys in movies are not allowed to use iPhones.
That makes sense.
And he's like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, where everybody has an iPhone nowadays, and it's the 21st century, and these villains need to like make calls and like do shit, and they can't use an iPhone. So try to spot it, I guess. I don't really know. He said that they've been doing this for a while, so I don't really know if that's the case. But bad guys are not allowed to use Apple products.
That's nuts.
Is that fucking weird?
You want to make a lot of money? Let's mass produce fake cell phones that don't actually work, but you can they can just use on movies and TVs.
Why don't they just use a real phone?
Fuck that. These ones are cheaper. You can smash them. You can put them in a blender.
I have a couple friends who have
put them in a stew. What's the
boil them,
mash them, stick in a stew.
Potatoes?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
But I have a couple friends who get very angry when they see a phone in a movie and it's not in the calling mode. It's still in like the dial mode.
Oh yeah.
Or a big pet peeve of people.
Or when people they think ahead enough to screenshot a calling screen, but they don't think far enough to do like the lock in that position. So when they like pick it up and they turn it sideways, you can like see it quickly like turn.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, that
I've
happens.
never seen
That happens every now and then. That's a deep one though.
A villain wouldn't do that. A villain would fucking make the call.
If you're getting mad over that shit, get over yourself.
Yeah. What? If you're getting mad about that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Apple.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna buy their shit probably.
No. I'm saying
the-
if you're getting mad about like you like notice that the phone isn't exactly how it should be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
But like,
fucking Game of Thrones put coffee cups in their goddamn show.
it's true. But they had Starbucks back then.
That's true.
That's true.
Back then.
I mean, their fucking logo's a mermaid. You really think that they don't believe in mythical dragons?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they had them.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we caught up on any and all the news, David?
There's literally not a single thing going on in the world that anybody needs to know about except for what we talked about, including the election. Because we're not going to talk about that.
Nope. Anyway,
here's a Mike Bloomsburg ad.
I have too much money.
Fuck. We should have reached out to him. We could have advertised him for big bucks.
Oh my god, yeah.
He was throwing that shit around like it was nothing.
Honestly.
He dropped out today, if you didn't know that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
See, you know what I would have done?
Early this morning, I had the news on. I'm a respectful person in my community.
Bloomberg should have taken a page out of like the Yang book and been like, I'm just gonna give everybody $500 out of my own pocket if you vote for me. Whoever votes for me, is that bribery?
If you're doing it on that level, I don't know.
He's like, whoever votes for me gets $500. He get a lot of votes, and he has the money to burn. He just don't spend any money on any.
You think that he could win a presidential election by handing out $500 to every single person that voted for him?
Maybe.
I don't think there's that much money in the world.
I might vote for him because I'd be like, oh, not everybody's gonna vote for him, but I need $500.
Yeah, everybody, work together. It's like you're the one person. You got 5 friends. Everybody gets $100. You do that ratio, he won't win, but you get that that one hundo.
Or just everybody gets $500, and then you just think that no one else is gonna vote for him. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
I like getting really deep into very hypothetical.
Yeah, we
unrealistic
totally
things.
made this up, but anyway. So
hey, Mike, if you need campaign guys for your next election, let us know. We got you.
We need money.
We're good.
So, speaking of good, you guys ever try Spring Hill Jack? They just sent us another shipment of coffee, and we got experimental beans. We got number 13, 14, and 15.
See, I knew those beans were coming. I wore my cargo shorts. They are packed full of beans right now.
They come in bags, too, you guys. You don't have to put them in your cargo shorts like David. That's just personal preference.
I like to absorb it through my leg sweat because it's hot as shit in this apartment.
So if you guys want any good coffee, go check out Spring Hill Jack, springhilljack.coffee. They're great. They're amazing. They're wonderful people. And you know what? Their coffee prices are very affordable, and they come in these nice, like, rustic-looking bags, and everything looks good about it. They're like they're the brand you want to like put on like your counter, and somebody goes, "Oh, look at this coffee! This is crazy! Look at this!" So definitely go try them. They're great. I mean, it's coffee. What do you have to lose? Even like I've never had like horrible coffee. You know what I mean? I have had horrible coffee,
Yeah.
but even like if you don't like it, it's still good because it's high quality. So,
oh no, are you talking about Spring Hill?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna love it.
It's true. But I'm just saying, even if you're not like a coffee person, like, come on, it's coffee.
It's coffee.
Fucking great.
Just drink it.
It's fucking great.
Put the speedy beans in your body and watch you go get all jittery.
It's hand roasted.
It's hand roasted. Those beans have been in someone's hand.
They put them in. They Mr. Miyagi it. They rub it between their hands and they fucking put it on.
You guys have any idea how long that takes?
Anyway, go check out Spring Hill Jack Dot Coffee. They're amazing. Seriously. Now, David, what's the most food you've eaten in one sitting? And I want to know what food we're talking about here.
I'm pretty sure in college, I was challenged to eat all 100 nuggets of the 100 nugget chicken McNugget deal.
That was a deal?
Yeah, it was 100 nuggets.
Fuck. You do it?
I feel like I got pretty close. I know I threw up.
Oh.
I know, but I was also obviously pretty drunk.
Okay. So maybe if the liquor wasn't involved, you might have been able to get those last 15 nuggets.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's fair. So, well, some people have a very special skill of going to your local China Garden No. 3 restaurant and getting kicked out for putting down a whole vat of lo mein. You know, people like champion eater Kobayashi. But every all-star had someone that came before them. Every LeBron has a Michael Jordan. Every Jeter has a Hank Aaron, and every Joey Chestnut has a Tarrare. Tarrare, you say? Well, no worries, because today I will be telling you about the legendary tale of the Insatiable Tarrare.
I'm glad that when you said that, I literally was like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I'm glad that you were actually going somewhere with that.
With
Didn't
Tarrare?
expect us to know what the fuck Tarrare was.
Everybody knows Tarrare, the championship eater.
Okay. Please continue.
So, the man known as Tarrare was born in rural France near Lyon around 1772. Growing up, Tarrare was a slim boy of average height with unusually soft hair and an extremely wide mouth filled with heavily stained teeth. Are you horny yet, David?
Am I ever not?
I just love how literally the description was like, he had unusually soft hair. I'm like, what's usually soft hair?
What does that mean?
Who's touching his head?
Was it slime?
Was it more socially acceptable to touch people's hair when in 1772? I don't know.
Yeah, I think everybody went around braiding each other. That's what you did before you had Fortnite.
You know why? Because, yeah, everyone had long hair. Scissors were hard to come by.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
They were from Avatar. That's how they mated.
Oh, that's right. Tarrare was the dragon.
Yeah.
But like I said, he had an extremely wide mouth filled with heavily stained teeth, which is also a very 1772 thing.
That's hard to avoid back then.
The stained teeth, not the wide mouth. But it was also said that his mouth was so wide that his lips were barely visible. So he had a big-ass mouth. So although Tarrare
Wait, do people with smaller mouths have bigger lips?
I think they're trying to say his mouth was like so stretched out that like if he could like smush his mouth smaller, then his lips would be more prominent.
I feel like there's science behind this. We need to look into it.
This is 1772 science.
Yeah.
This is like a book falls off your fucking shelf and you got to burn your whole house down because you're haunted. So, although Tarrare was an unusual looking boy, there was something much more unusual about him. You see, Tarrare had an insatiable appetite and was said to be able to eat his own body weight in food. You know, like 100 nuggets. How much does 100 nuggets weigh, David? Enough
3
to
pounds?
make you fucking throw up. So, it was said that even in his teens, Tarrare could, in one day, eat a whole quarter of a cow. Just to put things into perspective, the typical 10-year-old weighs about 70 pounds. I know this because I went to the park and picked a bunch of them up.
Yeah, I saw the police report.
I didn't Google it. So, which meant he was scarfing down 70 pounds of meat in a day.
This is a fucking goddamn bear? Holy shit.
I don't know, dude.
Did you say how tall he was? How big he was?
They said he was about, When he was 17, I think he was about 5'8", which is like about how tall I am. So I don't know if he
wasn't a
grew
big
past
old
that.
lad. I mean, he was like 7 foot, and like, yeah, okay.
No. I think he was he was average weight and average height. That was like the very weird thing about him. He wasn't like Thorinson from like Iceland, the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But when Tarrare would eat, his unusually large mouth would stretch extremely wide as he could shove food down his gullet, sometimes without even chewing it. By the end of a meal, when he was good and full, his abdomen would distend, quote unquote, like a huge balloon. And when the food had digested, though, and his belly shrank back to the normal size, it was said that his skin would hang so loosely that he could wrap the folds of his skin from his abdomen around his waist.
You sure you're not talking about like a big old anaconda and like a little schoolboy's outfit?
It might have been. No, he wasn't that tall.
Well, he just wraps around and fills it out.
Oh, he's like a little snake in a pot, Yeah, he's wrapped around.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, like a hose in your back porch.
Exactly, like a hose in your back porch.
By hose in your back porch.
Mm-hmm.
No. I think Tarrare was a human boy.
Okay.
His soft hair. See, that's the one thing you have to know about snakes. Their hair. It's not very soft.
It's not there.
Do snakes have hair?
They do not. They're reptiles. They're not mammals.
No, you just haven't found the hair yet.
You got to dig real deep to find out snake hair.
Throw a toupee on that snake.
Ooh.
That's a handsome snake. So, with all the
I want to kiss that snake.
and it want to kiss me. So, with all the food Tarrare was consuming on the daily, his parents soon found out that they could not provide for him and forced him to leave home. Like good parents do. Mm-hmm. You want more than Pop-Tarts? You have to go down to the market. And he went down to the market for cigarettes, and his house never came back.
Oh, no.
So, for some years after this, he toured the country with a roaming band of thieves and prostitutes, begging and stealing for food. God. That sounds like so much fun.
Nowadays, people are like, we should have tried harder with our old band. The band should have tried. We almost got a record deal, but like, I want to roll out some thieves
and prostitutes.
Yeah,
that's where the music goes. That's music. This is like a very old saying. Music follows thieves and prostitutes. And Tarrare.
That was in the Bible. Was it? Am I wrong?
You're 100% right.
It was in the Bible.
Yes. So, after a short stint of thievery, Tarrare gained employment so you can't do it forever, guys.
Yeah.
Thieves and prostitute is a chapter in your life.
Yeah.
Not the whole story.
That's a short-lived thing.
Unless you like it and you're making that money, then it can be your whole story.
Nah.
But Tarrare's just begging.
I mean, there's always that one old guy in that group.
Yeah. And you're like, what are you? And he's like, I'm both.
I'm the really horny guy.
You think he's the thief, but he's the prostitute.
There's one thing he'll steal from you, and that's your heart.
I think you're going to say your V card or something like that.
No.
Anyway, after a short stint of thievery, Tarrare gained employment as a warm-up act to a traveling charlatan. Like the snake oil sons of bitches.
Yep.
Snake oil?
Goop.
Oh, Tarrare hated that since he was part snake. So Tarrare would draw a crowd by eating corks, stones, and live animals, and by swallowing an entire basket of apples, one after the other.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy.
Apples were smaller back then. They're more like cherries today.
Not this GMO shit going on. But it is kind of weird that, like, I'm just, like, trying to picture what his butthole looks like.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Like, he's eating stones. But, like, the weird thing about this is I thought this was, like, for sure a folklore. Like, oh, that's a fun story. But, like I've read everything, and they're like, no, this guy existed. It was fucking real.
I mean, eating stones isn't that big of a deal. I do it every full moon, but...
You're the paper eater. Oh, you do eat a stone every full moon.
Yeah.
Good on you. So the skin of his cheeks was also so wrinkled and loose that when stretched out, he could hold... Okay, this is so fucking weird. I know you're thinking, But they said he could hold 12 eggs in his mouth or 12 apples.
I'm telling you, these fucking
I think
apples
you were
are the
right.
size of their crab apples.
Or how big were eggs?
Oh, they could have been big boys.
Big ostrich egg.
You
Sons
think
of
they weren't
bitches.
confused about what an egg and a chicken were? Maybe you're talking about chicks.
Because that's the size of an apple? He put a whole fucking chick in his mouth? He wasn't eating live animals. This is not too far off, David.
No, I'm just trying to throw out ideas.
Make a good point. So, in 1788, when Tarrare was 16, he moved to Paris to work as a street performer. He worked successfully in general, but on one occasion, the act went wrong, and he had severe intestinal obstruction. When Tarrare
You don't fucking say.
when Tarrare collapsed on the ground after eating whole apples, live snakes, and whatever the hell else he could get his hands on, members of the crowd carried him to the Hotel Dieu hospital, where he was treated with powerful laxatives. He's passing whole fucking apples. Like I said, I want to see what
They're still edible?
I want to see what his butthole looks like. So he made a full recovery and was so overjoyed by the doctor that he offered to demonstrate his act to him by eating the surgeon's watch and chain. But the surgeon was unimpressed by the offer and warned him that if he did, he was going to cut Tarrare open to recover the items.
Shout out to that guy. It's like, oh, no, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? You think I don't even care.
I want to see you pay for the first thing. I'm not going to cut you open.
Hope you like half-digested apples and snakes.
He's like, oh, come on. Get the fuck out of here, guy.
No, I'm good. So, despite his unusual diet, Tarrare was still slim, like I said earlier. At the age of 17, weighing only 100 pounds.
He's just the shell of a man.
How much does an anaconda weigh?
Let me Google that.
More than that.
Has
Okay,
to be.
how much does a 17-year-old anaconda weigh?
How much does a 17-year-old
With a toupee. A soft toupee. Do not get that
with
twisted.
a toop weigh?
Toupee. Oh, okay.
They don't have it for that.
No general guess on the Google's part. Fuck, this is what's wrong with Google. That's why I'm a Bing guy.
You know, I don't know if anacondas live that long.
So Google, how much does a fucking anaconda skeleton weigh? Well, snake ears, I guess.
The world's
So-
biggest snake. Yeah, that's a snake.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going. So, although he was slim, some other things were.
Whoa, okay.
What?
550 pounds.
No, he's not a snake. He's a baby snake at that.
That's a giant anaconda, as long as 30 feet.
Holy shit!
Yeah, 550 fucking pounds.
Good damn.
That's a big snake.
So,
Where do what? What? How do we have room for that on this world? Get the fuck out of here.
kill the anacondas will float away from the sun.
Yeah,
You
come on.
know that it's grounding
Get the
us.
fuck out of here, you big ass snakes.
So,
Go to the Mars.
Go get J-Lo to kill them all.
Yeah.
J-Lo and Ice Cube.
Ice LL Cool J.
T? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
They're kind of all melded
That's
together.
a great movie. I love that movie as a child.
Let's continue.
That and what was
I know what you're thinking of the one with Samuel L. Jackson with the fucking shark. Deep Blue Sea.
that? I mean, that's also LL Cool J.
No, that's
Deep Blue Sea.
Is it Deep Blue Sea?
It's LL. Is it?
He
it's-
was in that too. He's the chef.
Yes, he was the chef. He was the other guy that he was him and the girl who survived.
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea. 'Cause I want to know who the lead was.
Oh my god.
Who was
this
that?
story is off the fucking rails.
The lead was Thomas Jane was in that. The main character Saffron Burrows. Yeah, she didn't do much. Oh, she was in You. Good
Okay.
for her.
Oh, okay. That was a popular show.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. We're
Yeah.
big Saffron
Dottie
Burrows.
Quinn.
Read it.
Whoever that
read about
character
it.
is.
Put it on a shirt. So, although he was slim,
She was also on a show
Shut
called
the
Mozart in the Jungle.
fuck up. Oh, that was on like Amazon, I think.
No, she's also in a movie called Knife Fight.
Dude, you need to stop. I'm gonna fucking hit you in the head with a half-digested apple in a second.
I stopped.
Okay. So, although he was slim, some other things were going on inside his body that were feeling the effects of his diet. His body was not his body was hot to the touch, and he sweat heavily most of the time. He's a little hot boy. Mm-hmm. He also constantly had a foul body odor and was described as stinking to such a degree that he could not be endured within the distance of 20 paces.
What a shitty form of measurement.
You weren't even concerned that he's a stinky little hot boy.
I don't care if he's a stinky little big old hot boy. 20 paces. What's that? Is that 60 feet? What is that?
No, see, that's an interesting thing too, because
my pace is different than other paces.
Yeah, is that like heel to toe, where like you put your foot in front of the other foot? Is that a pace?
No, that's not a pace.
It's a regular walk.
I feel like a pace is like a full step, because you're pacing back and forth. Or is a pace, if you're pacing back and forth in a room, is that 6?
You're right, because I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, when they're trying to find the X, they do paces, and they take long strides.
Yeah.
Because you got to do the longest stride you can, because then if you're like, man, I was doing long strides on that day and now I'm like doing short strides, it has to always be long strides so you know exactly how long it is.
Me paces were different when I had both legs.
It's true. So, after he had eaten, apparently, the smell would even get worse. His eyes and cheeks would become bloodshot, and a visible vapor would rise off his body, and he would become lethargic, during which time he would belch noisily and his jaws would make swallowing motions. He was perpetually eating. He also had chronic diarrhea. Ooh,
that's how you it.
Talk about black market fucking toilet paper, which was said to be smelly beyond all conception.
Who's going, oh, let me get a sniff of that. Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad, guys. His diarrhea smells fucking awful. Did someone feed him squirrels? It smells like shit.
Somebody's like, actually, this diarrhea is not that pungent.
Bottle it. We must use it for perfume.
So, that's as good as the smells got back then. But despite his large intake of food, he did not appear to either vomit excessively or to gain weight.
Okay.
So he's not a David, I'll tell you that much.
What are you talking about?
Not the weight thing, the vomit thing.
What are you talking about?
You vomited after those nuggies.
Yeah. Body said no.
You fat fuck.
Body said no more nuggies.
So, aside from his eating habits, his contemporaries saw no apparent signs of mental illness or unusual behavior in him, other than an apparently apathetic temperament. So, he didn't care about much, which is fair. He always had diarrhea. I wouldn't either. But
that was before wet wipes.
So yeah, God, his butt was probably
sit on ice.
Like I said, I want to see his butthole.
I want to see it.
I'll keep saying it until I fucking die.
Show me the papers.
I want to see Tarrare's butthole. So, this meant that on the outbreak of the War of the First Coalition, no one knows that war, Tarrare joined the French Revolution Army. As most of us know, though, when war comes, rationing also comes, and Tarrare had a big problem with that. Tarrare quickly found out that the rations he was receiving were not sufficient enough for his appetite, and he began to plan. He actually would carry out tasks for other soldiers in return for their rations. But when that also wasn't enough, he began to dumpster dive, eating food scraps he found in the dumpster.
How'd you find this story?
I don't know.
What'd you Google?
Tarrare's butthole?
Oh, okay.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
So, shortly after, he was admitted to the military hospital with a case of extreme exhaustion, and in return, he was granted quadruple rations. Quadruple rations. But
rashes.
Trust me, he had more than 4. But of course, remained hungry. So he kept up his side hobby of dumpster diving and also gained a new hobby of sneaking into the apothecary and eating cut ointment. He was eating
it sits good in the belly.
Neosporin.
I mean, he's probably got so many goddamn sores in that passage.
Seriously, he's like on the butt, in the mouth, on the butt, in the mouth. He just like butt cream, and in cut between. Cream, and everything else he get his hands on. How fucking crazy is that, though? That's so insane. So
it's like people that drink fucking mouthwash because that's alcohol.
Oh fuck, those are yeah.
Never
like Shoe Nice.
Shoe Nice.
Shoe Nice eats like sticks of deodorant.
God,
I think he's dead or drinking Listerine probably. So
Poor guy.
So after he ate all those ointment, got 4 rations, dumpster diving, this caught the interest of military doctors, and they began to wonder about Tarrare's capacity for food. So they set up a test. They prepared a meal fit for 15 laborers, which consisted of 2 large meat pies, plates of geese, and salt. Plates of geese and salt. Oh, plates of grease and salt. I wrote that and I was like, I copied and pasted it. I was like, oh, geese and salt.
Oh, you copied and pasted?
Well, I didn't fucking make it up. I didn't write it. It's not a novel, asshole. Grease and salt. But it could have said geese and salt, which I would have been wrong.
Yeah.
So he just straight eating grease and salt.
I mean, geese and salt made a lot more sense than eating grease and salt.
Exactly. But he had the 2 large meat pies. And he also had 4 gallons of milk. So
I always wonder what you do with the grease after you cook them bacon.
you feed it to Tarrare.
Yeah.
The wide mouth.
It's like in the Flintstones movie, and that dinosaur was the garbage disposal. He's just sitting down there looking for whatever scraps he can
I
go
wonder
and
if he liked that job. I feel like he doesn't.
It's better
Because
than
you
being
get
on
the
the streets.
because you get the occasional fork down the gullet,
That's true.
bouncing around. But of course, Tarrare ate it all and then immediately fell asleep, like a true champ.
Mm-hmm.
On another occasion, Tarrare was presented with a gets a little sad right here live cat.
Mm-hmm.
He tore the cat's abdomen open with his teeth and drank its blood and proceeded to eat the entire cat aside from its bones before vomiting up its fur and skin. Following this, hospital staff offered Tarrare a variety of other animals, including snakes, lizards, and puppies, all of which were eaten. He also
See, I don't get why do you give him puppy? Just give him one dog.
I think
Instead of 8 puppies, give him one dog.
it's true.
Give him
like
an old
dog.
An old dog who's
Old
ready to
yeller.
go. A dog that's lived a good life.
Exactly.
Instead of these puppies.
Puppies. He also swallowed an entire eel without chewing.
Well, I think that's a slippery slope.
It is. Oh, is that a pun?
I don't fucking think so.
Yeah, he's like sliding the eel down his gullet. That's a slippery slope.
I mean, I don't know if that's considered.
Wow,
a pun.
David, you're brilliant.
I know.
Just say you meant to do it.
Yeah.
But before he did that, he of course had to crush its head with his teeth.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to.
Well, you don't want it fighting on the way down.
True, and especially if it's a moray electric. I don't know if morays are electric, but I don't know. But those are the ones from Little Mermaid that are fucking.
Guess what?
What?
I don't know my eels.
Your eels?
I don't know my eels.
Fucking up.
I'm sorry.
So, after many months of testing, authorities figured that they could possibly use his strange ability as a possible secret communication strategy. That's right. I want to see that butthole, and so do these fucking military leaders. A document was placed inside a wooden box, because that's like the only container they fucking had back then.
They didn't have pelican cases.
Well, you can't swallow that either.
I'm sure he could. They had
Probably
those
right.
cell phone sized ones.
Probably right. So a document was placed inside a wooden box, which was in turn fed to Tarrare. And 2 days later, the box was retrieved from his excrement with the document still in legible condition. This is when they decided that Tarrare would be used as a military courier, carrying documents secretly through enemy territory with no risk of being discovered if searched. It's kind of smart, honestly.
I guess, yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, this is the last thing people are expecting, right? Like,
I mean, yeah, I don't think they would know that they have a
a guy
secret
who could
weapon.
fucking eat a box of messages.
Can probably eat like 12 hand grenades and walk into.
But that's a one bang boom bop, you know.
At this rate, I think he could place those grenades like eggs.
Oh, you're saying that he's laying the eggs. I thought you meant he's just like walking into a place with some grenades in his stomach.
I mean,
like,
he could line just a great line right across the wall. Everybody can run out. Bing, bang, bow.
bing bang bop. So Tarrare was on the fence about this idea, of course. You know, he's walking in enemy territory until he was awarded. What do you think Tarrare would want in return for this, right?
A full pig.
Fuck. Pretty fucking close.
Full goat.
No, it's not
Half
a
a
full.
cow?
Actually, that's not that close. But
A small child.
We'll get to that later. 30 pounds of raw bull lungs and livers in a wheelbarrow.
So 30 pounds of just lungs and livers?
Lungs and livers.
I mean, people eat liver.
People eat lungs too.
Do they?
Yeah, it's
Because we only got 2.
what's it called? No, I'm thinking of stomach. What's that shit called? Menudo. Is it a menudo? Tripe.
Tripe's lung?
Tripe stomach. Cow stomach.
Okay, but that's not lung.
I know, I got confused. But I bet people eat lung.
You know they have cabeza fucking tacos?
Yeah, brain, baby.
No, it's face meat.
Oh, is it?
Cabeza is like basically like head meat.
Oh,
Brain,
that was
it's-
like a brain taco.
Well, you know, Indiana Jones ate those monkey brains, but
That's true.
no, like you can
They're
get
served nicely, too.
Yeah.
Presentation was there.
Oh God, they really put in the effort, huh? But no, I guess I never got one of them. But I was in Mexico in January, and
I think face meat's good.
my buddy who I was with, he was trying to find a good cabeza taco the entire time we were there because apparently it's his favorite like meat of taco.
You know what? I kind of don't believe those people. I think those people love to tell people that their favorite is like the weird thing. Where they're
Yeah.
like, I love tripe. Tripe is my favorite meat. And you're like, is it really? Or like, do you kind of like it, but like you're the only one who likes it, so you have to like keep this charade up of like, I gotta eat tripe because I gotta talk about it. It's the most interesting thing about me.
Yeah, I don't know. I never tried it. I can't confirm if it was good or not.
Fuck. Well, now we gotta go get some, right? Mm-hmm. But of course, this wheelbarrow full of 30 pounds of raw bull lung and liver, he quickly scarfed that down in front of a room full of military generals because Tarrare don't give a fuck. Honestly.
But he at least have some barbecue sauce.
Honestly, put some Sweet Baby Ray's on anything, I'll eat it. Including that wheelbarrow. So Tarrare was then ordered as his first assignment to carry a message to a French colonel imprisoned by the Prussians. Tarrare was told that the documents he was carrying were great military significance. They were of great military significance, but in reality, they were merely written. They were merely just written notes asking the colonel to confirm that the message had been received successfully. So they're just like, we kind of don't trust him. He's kind of a wide mouth, stained teeth, like weirdo.
That's kind of like a lot to ask to put in like the bomb code, like you know.
Yeah, you gotta have a trial run.
The launch code.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Trial run.
Yeah.
So Tarrare crossed Prussian lines under cover of darkness, disguised as a German peasant. Sorry, I'm sleeping. Well, they said it in the dark. I got tired.
It is pretty late.
So he was disguised as a German peasant. But being unable to speak German, he soon attracted the attention of local residents who alerted the Prussian authorities, and he was captured. But of course, he also fucking looked like a wide-mouthed weirdo. Frog boy, probably.
He's gonna draw a lot of attention, especially when he's trying to eat everything.
Exactly. So, a strip search found nothing suspicious on his person, and like I said, the porno. And despite being whipped by Prussian soldiers, he refused to betray his mission. But after 24 hours of captivity and some more whipping, Tarrare relented and explained the scheme to his captors. He was then chained to a toilet, and eventually 30 hours after being swallowed, the wooden box emerged. Oh, poor guy. Who got that shift, right?
Did they at least sand down the corners?
Honestly, I don't know what's worse, the guy who has to dig through his shit after or watching Tarrare pass that box.
I mean,
hot.
what about the guy who has to shit out a box?
That's him.
I'm just saying.
I want to see that butthole.
Yeah, I know you do.
So Tarrare explained that it was vital intelligence, like he thought, but once it was found to be a dummy message, the Prussians became extremely angry, escorting Tarrare to the gallows. A noose placed tight around his neck, he was brought up to the top of the gallows. This looked like the end of old Tarrare. But in the last minute, the Prussians relented and Tarrare was taken down from the scaffold, given a severe beating, and released near the French lines.
He's like, oh, knock my teeth out. I want to eat those.
They're like, well, we got to kick the shit out of him, right? You can't just let him go, right?
Well, assuming
Put the
based
box,
on his
they're like, put the box back.
assuming based on the shape of his asshole, I think kicking the shit out of him would be pretty easy.
Oh, he's like a toothpaste tube.
You just gotta pick him up and shake him a little bit.
Just
I
like
think.
touch his stomach a little bit and it's all coming out. He's diarrhea king. So following this incident, Tarrare was desperate to avoid further military service. That's fair.
Yeah.
And returned to the hospital saying he would attempt any possible cure for his appetite. He didn't want it no more. The doctors treated him with laudanum, aka opium, wine vinegar, tobacco pills, and soft-boiled eggs, but all failed to suppress his appetite. Efforts to keep him on any kind of controlled diet failed, and he would sneak out of the hospital to scavenge for organs outside butcher shops, and he fought stray dogs for scraps in the gutter, alleys.
Those dogs are lucky he didn't eat them.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, yeah, exactly. He'd probably fucking take a bite out of them if he could.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was digging through trash heaps and all that shit trying to get some organs. So he probably got some cabeza meat for sure.
Yep.
See, your friend has the wrong friends. Hang out with Tarrare. He knows all the good places.
He just wants to eat anything and everything.
He'll eat your face.
Probably.
So he was also caught several times.
Don't sleep around him.
He was also caught several times within the hospital drinking from patients undergoing bloodletting and attempting to eat the bodies in the hospital mortuary. Like I fucking said, like you just said. Don't sleep around this fucker.
Yeah, he'll eat you.
Well, he only drank the live people's blood, but he'll eat the dead.
Yeah.
He's like a cat that you leave. You know, like when you die and you're older and you have a cat and
My old roommate's dogs?
Oh fuck, you're right.
No, that's not true.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
You started a rumor.
I did start a rumor. I started a rumor. My old roommate, she had two dogs that she rescued. And long story short, the two dogs' original owner passed away. And I would always tell her. I would always tell her because I'm an asshole. I'd always be like, "Oh, they ate her when she was dead.
They ate
right?
parts of her.
Yeah, they ate her ankles.
They
and
start
stuff.
with the soft tissue, the cabeza meat. So while he was, drinking some blood and eating some bodies in the mortuary, at least trying. Other doctors believe that Tarrare was mentally ill and pressed for him to be transferred to a lunatic asylum, which is fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
But others were keen to continue their experiments, and Tarrare remained in the military hospital. After some time, though, a 14-month-old child disappeared from the hospital, and Tarrare was immediately suspected.
You don't say.
Percy, the doctor, was unable or unwilling to defend him, and the hospital staff chased Tarrare from the hospital, to which he never returned. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, there's no proof, but like a 14-month-old baby goes missing.
You get history of that, like legend. You can only assume.
Yeah. So 4 years later, in 1798, a M. Tessier of Versailles Hospital contacted Tarrare's past doctors to notify him that a patient of his wished to see him. It was Tarrare. Now bedridden and very weak, Tarrare told his doctor Percy that he had swallowed a golden fork 2 days earlier, which he believed was lodged inside him and causing his current weakness. Like I said, that garbage disposal in fucking Flintstones.
Gotta eat spoons.
Fork down the gullet. So Tarrare hoped that his doctor could find some way to remove it, but it was clear to see that Tarrare was not suffering from a fork in the gullet. He was suffering from what, David? Advanced. What did everybody have? Not syphilis. What's the other thing that everybody had back in the day?
Dysentery?
That he already had that. He's had that
He's
his
had
whole
this
fucking life.
time, yeah.
What else did he have? Come on, you know this.
Not syphilis?
No. It's another really big one that everybody fucking had. I think they call it the wasting disease.
I don't know.
Tuberculosis.
TB.
Yep,
yeah.
TB. And a month later, Tarrare began to experience continuous diarrhea. There we go.
Yep.
And he died shortly afterwards.
Oh, man.
So the corpse rotted quickly, and the surgeons at the hospital refused to dissect it. Tessier, however, wanted to find out how Tarrare differed from the norm internally and was also curious as to whether the golden fork was actually lodged inside of him. At the autopsy, Tarrare's gullet was found to be abnormally wide, and when his jaws were opened and surgeons could see...
I like how you say jaws, not like a normal human. Like he's
like a fucking
beast. Yeah.
His jaws were open, and surgeons could actually see down the broad canal into his stomach.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense of why he could fucking swallow all those things whole.
It's all adding up.
So his body was found to be filled with pus. His liver and gallbladder were abnormally large, and his stomach was enormous, covered in ulcers and filling most of the abdominal cavity. So his stomach was like the majority of his abdomen.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking riddled with ulcers, apparently.
Ew.
But, of course, the one thing that was never found was the golden fork.
He took that with him to the clouds
Honestly,
above.
what the fuck did the golden fork... I mean, he did have a lot of diarrhea.
Yeah.
That's easy to flush. I flushed all my golden forks by accident.
That golden fork was out of his body within 3 minutes.
So, I just want to wrap it up with this. The cause of Tarrare's behavior is not known. While there are other documented cases of similar behavior from the period, none of the subjects other than Tarrare were autopsied, and there have been no modern documented cases resembling Tarrare, actually. Hyperthyroidism can induce an extreme appetite, rapid weight loss, profuse sweating, heat intolerance, and, of course, fine hair.
Oh,
Right?
That's sweet, smooth.
The hair comes full circle, that snake
that
toupee.
pasta hair he had.
And I just want to wrap it up with this. In the end, I don't fucking know. I guess don't eat so much. That's the moral. Everything in moderation. I don't know. That story's fucking weird.
Yeah, do what you're born to do.
I can't connect that to life. I tried. I can't.
Sometimes you just can't.
Nope. Anyway, that's my story.
Speaking of eating,
Ooh,
you like tacos?
I love cabeza tacos, baby.
Well, do you like Taku-He?
Maybe.
Oh, you don't know who Taku-He is?
Is that a one word?
Now, do you, Mr. Smarty Pants? Huh?
What? Are you threatening me?
I typed that wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was just calling you out on being a Mr. Smarty Pants, and you don't know who Taku-He is.
I don't know who Taku-He
Well, let me
is.
tell you a little something about Taku-He. This story takes us all the way to a place you might not want to go, and that's South Dakota.
Oh.
That's a low blow because it's easy to slam dunk on the Dakotas.
Because North Dakota has Rushmore, right? Mount Rushmore? Where's that?
Yeah,
Is that there?
I think so.
What does South Dakota have?
It's southern from Dakota.
That's something.
It's a southerner Dakota.
That's something.
So I'm sure it's a lovely place. You know, I'm not trying to just, slam dunk all over them. I've never been. But maybe, it's a place that you don't want to go if there is someone lurking around named
can I guess?
Taku-He.
What was it, Taku-He?
It's Taku-He.
Uh,
As it usually goes, places that have low populations tend to find a way to spawn these legends, whether it's because the people are too bored or losing their minds from the empty nothing, or, and this is a big or it's because with the low population of humans, creatures such as the Taku-He could flock to a place such as South Dakota to avoid attention of humans.
ooh, I like that theory. I have a theory.
Okay.
I have a theory that the more sports teams, the less monsters.
Because they're afraid of Michael Jordan dunking on them.
Michael Jordan will dunk on South Dakota. He'll dunk on any monster.
Yeah.
He'll dunk on Tarrare. He'll dunk in Tarrare's mouth because you know that mouth is big as a fucking hoop.
Tarrare would try to block it, and his anus would reach above the rim.
Oh,
MJ would dunk it through the mouth, through the butthole, into the hoop. Double dunk.
man, at least I'd get to see the butthole.
Double dunk. So I've gotten this far in my story without giving any description
Who
of
the fuck is
what,
Taku-He?
of what or who the Taku-He is.
Can you spell?
You want to guess?
Wait, okay, before anything, can you spell Taku-He for me?
Taku
Taku
dash Taku-He.
Okay, I was hoping there was a dash in there. That makes a little bit more
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Taku-He. Okay. Taku-He. Okay.
What do you think he is?
Well, I'm gonna guess. Is this recent or old?
Oh, it's forever going.
Okay, I want to say it's like it sounds kind of Native American to me. Maybe like a Native American ghost or like a Native American monster. Because like South Dakota was like the Great Plain area. I could be wrong about that. I'm sorry. But I don't know. Fucking monster ghost.
You
Native
basically
American.
you hit it right on the head for the most part. I'll get
Okay.
into it.
Okay.
But Taku-He is a very, very, very special Bigfoot.
Ooh.
But there's still some
The one thing
speculation.
Michael Jordan can't dunk on.
Well, I mean, he did slam dunk from half court against the Monstars, so
Oh fuck! I guess you're right.
nothing is
But
nothing's
his-
out of reach.
But his arm.
Don't worry about that.
He drank the juice.
Mike's special juice. It was just water.
His pee-pee.
It was just water.
was pee-pee.
It might have been. It might have been a little bit pissed. Just a little bit.
Make it strong.
So, as,
like Mama used to make it.
as we have discussed before, especially with my obsession of the Bigfoot species, Bigfoots usually keep to themselves, hiding away in rural.
South
I said
Dakota.
that right that time.
Rural.
I'm not good at that word.
No, that's good.
Rural forest areas, which they find it easier to be hidden and secretive in. It's not very often you find a Bigfoot in a metropolis area, especially for someone like this. But this is the difference, is that Taku-He actually runs a children's arcade, which is a sought-out birthday venue for all the kids in the area.
Wait.
And I lied about that.
I was like actually very concerned. I was like, he has a side? Everybody needs a side hustle these days.
That's true.
You can't just get it by on scaring people in the forest anymore.
But I also don't think there's many metropolises in South Dakota. So Bigfoot are often referred to as forest giants and can be seen as protectors or guardians of the forest they live in. Bigfoot, being a secretive creature, almost is never seen or met unless they are trying to drive humans from their sacred lands. But this is one of the things that Taku-He is different about. The Taku-He has been sighted many times in large open areas, like giant fields, with nowhere to hide, seen dragging dead carcasses, which he calls dinner, and he's also just been spotted standing in a giant open field, just staring at the witness, just saying like,
I don't think.
"What are you looking at?
I don't think.
Come on, what are you looking at?
I think.
Make a move, come on."
I think Taku-He maybe.
You want to watch Anchorman? What are you doing?
I think he might not be the fucking brightest of the Bigfoot.
Oh, just you wait.
I googled Taku-He because I want to see what he
No,
looked like.
don't close that, because you need to close all that, because I have a big thing I need to. Come on.
Harry and the Hendersons popped up.
Okay, just close it. Just
Okay.
close it, because
Okay.
his image is everything.
Okay.
Many mysterious deaths have been linked to the 8-foot. That's one. While I was reading this,
8 feet's not that tall, right?
it's not. The height of him changed every single time they mentioned his height.
Can't get close enough to measure him.
So we're gonna say he's 10 feet.
8 to 10.
So, many mysterious deaths have been linked to the 10-foot monster, although aside from his uncomfortable staring contest, the humans who have come in contact with the beast have all told the tale of not feeling threatened at all.
Oh.
But, as the pirates say, dead men tell no tales.
Oh, fuck, you're right. That carcass has probably had a lot to complain about.
So another area where this Taku-He differentiates from his Bigfoot family is that he is heavily linked to many cases of farm animal mutilations, like aliens.
Oh, okay, so he tried to... He's smart. He's like, humans are too much of a hassle.
Well, I mean, I feel like all big feet are smart. They ain't none of them been caught in a zoo.
Well, this one's fucking standing out in the field, staring you down.
Yeah, I smell them nachos. 7-Eleven.
You can't-
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is free Slurpees.
They can't see me if I don't move.
So his usual target were young calves, which would be found,
Like
obviously on the
veal-
farm.
Veal guy.
Yeah, but they'd be found with their sexual organs removed
Ah,
and blood completely drained from their bodies, which
okay.
naturally
This motherfucker's horny.
maybe. Naturally, UFOs are a big part of the Dakotas, so it's not unreasonable to say that the Taku-He was innocent in these attacks. But the descriptions of these animal mutilations said that they were much more brutal attacks, unlike the common belief when aliens do this.
They're precise.
They're clean cuts with tools. It's a very precise thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
This looked like me trying to open up a fucking bag of cereal. A bag of cereal, like when you open it and it fucking rips down the side and you're like, oh, I
and you
got.
just have to dump it in the box.
And then you're like, I guess I gotta drink all of its blood now, and right?
yeah. I love that. Oh,
Yeah,
the
you're
Fruity
right.
Loop blood.
It does go down in the box, and then you get the fucking little stale pieces at the bottom, and you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna eat it. I paid for it.
So with seeing these, the calves just being all sorts of fucked up, it led to the locals believing that it was our boy Taku. Another bit of evidence is the times that he has been spotted. He's been dragging like a mutilated deer or other animals.
Okay.
So they've seen him dragging like half of a deer that's been eaten.
Okay. I feel like it's fair. Controlling the population.
Oh yeah, because
Deers are fair game.
they're everywhere. They're covered in ticks. They gave my cat Lyme's disease.
Lyme's disease.
So now we already know Taku lives in North Dakota, but for you people, unlike Tobin, just kidding, people like Tobin who don't understand, North Dakota is just like every other state, and they have towns and areas. It's not just everywhere is North Dakota here.
It just ain't a big field with a Taku-He in the middle of it.
I wish.
We don't fly over that state
Yeah.
no more.
He threw a jawbone right into our motor.
Threw a cat up into our fucking pistons. There's pistons in a plane, right?
Yeah, of course. So many people have pinpointed the area where Taku lives, which would be
Arby's.
It would be the Arby's, because they have the meats, and he likes to get one of those
That boy loves the meats.
them roast beefs, and he stands over it and just punches it relentlessly, just over and over again.
Gets it down to a nice fine sand. And
Double
then
fist.
snorts it.
Oh, he raccoon punches it.
He waffle stomps it.
Exactly. So the area where they had narrowed it down would be the woodlands of the Sika Hollow. Creepy name, right?
That sounds creepy. Woodlands of the Sika Hollow. That sounds Native American too.
Well, that's because Sika means bad or evil in the native Sioux tribe. And the other Native American tribes in the area, that Sika just means bad or evil.
And then like hollow is Sika Hollow. Hollow is like a tree
It's
or
just
some
creepy. Who knows?
It's like
always
Sleepy
creepy.
Hollow.
It's just a creepy word.
Sleepy in Sioux means tired.
It's just creepy. So it sounds like a good place for a monstrous creature to be roaming.
Fuck yeah.
Now, here is a wild part of his story, which is a very unique story to him when comparing him to the other Bigfoots. And that is, with the rise of teen suicides in the area,
Wait, what?
the locals have begun to look for answers, leading them to point fingers at the Taku-He. The local people believe that Taku-He has been taking his 8, 9, 10-foot hairy ass down to town undetected and urging teenagers to kill themselves.
He's bullying people?
He's just convincing these kids to kill themselves is what they think.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait.
That's what they think. I'm not going to tell them they're wrong.
It's hard because, like, obviously teen suicide is a very real thing.
Yeah.
But I'm picturing, like, the fucking Taku-He at, like, the edge of the forest being like, hey, you're fat. fat guy.
Stop it.
What?
So I'm gonna
That
move.
guy.
I'm gonna move on from that part.
Pimples.
Now we all have our own mental image of what a Bigfoot looks like, But boy, oh boy, will this description shatter your fucking mind and beliefs of what a Bigfoot could be.
Okay, wait. Before you say this description, how many you covered? You covered the Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. You covered, you covered a swamp. The skunk ape. Mm-hmm. You covered the skunk ape, and now you're Taku-He. Mm-hmm. I think that's it, right? As far as big,
from what I've covered, yeah.
I don't think I've covered one of them yet. You covered Lizard Man of Scape or a Swamp.
Yes.
Wow, I have a good memory for that. That's weird. That's the one that yeeted the dogs.
Yeah, he ate dogs and moving cars. Precision aim. Well, I was kind of thinking about doing an episode of just like breaking down the differences of different like Bigfoot, Yeti.
No, I like
Sasquatch.
I like getting one every once in a while. Mm-hmm. You like give me a new one.
Yeah,
and it's kind of nice, you know.
Yeah,
we have to know a little bit different.
Well, I mean, this is one like as far as I'm aware from what I read, this is one specific creature. It's not like a breed of them.
Oh, really?
Well, it's undetermined.
Okay.
There's nothing.
So
there's nothing to say. Nothing said that this was a group of them. It tried to refer to it as a single monster.
Yeah, Bigfoot is usually like, oh, there's big feet out there. There's Bigfoot. Like, oh, and then some people think it's like one thing. Some people think it's like a species. But Taku-He is one thing.
I don't think anybody's ever seen two in the same spot. So I think they assume it's the one singular one.
Fair. Also, I'm beginning to like connect the dots. They're like, he's a fucking idiot who stands out in like a field and just stares at nothing, and he's a bully. Like he's like the high school guy that you fucking hate.
Oh, just you wait. So like I said, the image of this guy is unbelievable.
Here we go. Fat guy pimples.
Taku-He is supposedly a dapperly dressed gentleman with a stovepipe hat and a long coat.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. So I googled Taku-He, and one of the pictures was a drawing of him in a top hat, and I and I looked at it and I went,
That can't be it.
I go, that's some fun creative freedom, I guess, you know?
Yeah, put him in a top hat.
Put him in a top hat. That's kind of fun. He wasn't wearing a coat.
Yeah. This is why I told you to close out the tabs.
I had a feeling when I saw that top hat, I went, oh, wait,
something's
connecting here.
Well, earlier tonight when I first got over here, like, give me one word to describe your story, and I almost said top hat.
You can't give top hat away that early.
But I knew if you did this story and I said the word top hat, you'd have been like, oh shit.
I can't even put top hat in the title now. I want to lead with the top hat now.
Yeah, you can't.
You gotta bury the top hat.
You gotta bury the stovepipe top hat.
And the fucking coat?
Yeah.
Does he have a tailor, or did he kill a fucking another Taku-He?
Did he kill another 10-foot man?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
So, in many sightings, they have described him to be over 10 feet tall. So it's basically anywhere from like 8 to 10, over 10 feet tall.
Okay, you could maybe find an 8-foot man.
Yeah, maybe.
Duncan at the local court.
Taco Fall.
Huh?
You don't know who Taco Fall is?
No, who's that?
Taco Fall is he's now an NBA player.
Are you kidding me? There's a Taco Fall?
Yeah, I think he got downgraded to the G League recently, but I know he's with the Celtics.
Whoa.
And he's 7'5".
Are you fucking? This is a crazy connection.
He's a 24-year-old man, and he is 7'5", and he can basically dunk without jumping.
And he's from South Dakota.
No, he is from Dakar, Senegal.
That's in South Dakota. It's a small town, Dakar.
Yeah, sure. It's in Seal.
It's in Senegal.
Yeah. Oh no, it's in Dakar. No. The country is Senegal. I've never heard of this country.
I've heard of Senegal.
Have you? Oh, okay, so it's a small African country. Okay, yeah. All right, but yeah.
Not South Dakota.
Not South Dakota.
But you know Pangea. You know about Pangea?
Bitch don't know about Pangea. So they described him as at least over 10 feet tall, being able to peer into second-story windows, which, I mean...
Wait, is my window... No, it's way taller than fucking 10 feet.
Yeah. Got to put in that balcony and everything. You know?
I guess South Dakota houses are built different.
Probably. So in... I lost my train. Where am I at?
Taku-He will do that to you.
Yeah. So there aren't very many descriptions of his face, being that no one has ever really gone that close to give a real description of it.
Top hat pulls you away.
At least people that survived. But there are beliefs that he either resembles a normal-looking old man, whatever the fuck that means. But
Wait, Joe Biden?
Yeah, I don't know. That's creepy. But some others claim that he has no face at all.
Okay.
So that's a very strange gap of he either looks like a normal old man or he just doesn't have a face.
Well, it's weird that you bring that up because my grandpa, who was, as you know, an old man, he jumped face first on a grenade in World War II.
No face.
And he was
no face.
They put the purple star right on his facelessness, and he walked around and.
Mom, is that the purple star face man?
No, you're goddamn right. He saved us from that grenade.
He saved all of us.
Tarrare shit out.
Now, like many legends of his stature, he has another name people know him by, and that would be Walking Sam. I don't have any other information behind that.
Fuck. Okay. So I sometimes go on this site called like Cryptopedia, and I sometimes look for different.
You just type in Sam?
No, I look up like different creatures. They have some creatures on there and stuff like that. And I've seen Walking Sam.
Yeah.
And I never clicked it because
There
I was like, because I'm not the Bigfoot guy.
Oh.
You're the Bigfoot guy, and I don't want to take the Bigfoot guy award from you. I already have the purple
Just
star.
give me something.
And I was like, okay, who's Walking Sam? Whatever, he's a Bigfoot. We've covered that or whatever. But I did not know about the dapperness and his traits.
Oh boy, he's swaggy.
See, that's the thing though. A lot of places have like Bigfoot-like creatures, but there's always the minutia in there.
Yeah.
That makes it so unique and so storytellable.
Yeah. So, but for whatever he is, or whatever you call him, there have been many sightings and police reports of an extremely tall man in a stovepipe hat.
I'd be so mad if I was a cop and I kept getting a call about a tall man in a top hat.
Well, these reports date back to the early 1980s. On several occasions, the police had to investigate calls about a tall man outside of various buildings like homes and apartments. Police recall one event where they found a whole family held up in their living room after they had barricaded the doors with all of their furniture. And once they calmed down, the family said that they went to let their dog out the front door to go to the bathroom. And from the front door, they spotted an impossibly tall man standing in their driveway. The family reported that the man was so tall that his hips were above the hood of their car. And the dog immediately was terrified and ran back in the house and hid from fear.
What kind of dog we talking here?
I'm gonna just imagine a good old American lab.
Good old basset hound.
Yeah, it could be a good old basset hound. And
damn, hips taller than the hood of the car.
That's wild.
Yeah, because
he was just fucking that window. They left it cracked. He's like, yeah,
smearing his dick all over the.
That's my size.
Smearing his dick all over my side mirrors. God damn it! By the way, I have a spider living behind my mirror in my side mirror, and my girlfriend is not happy about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I say let them live.
Spiders get a bad rap. I get they're creepy and shit, but they didn't exist, we all would have died from the plague.
Fleas?
I don't know. I'm just saying they eat all the shittier bugs that try to kill us.
Shitty bugs.
Like mosquitoes and shit like that.
Until they bite you and they leave a big red welt and you're like, fuck spiders.
It's better than, I don't know, the plague.
Hey, amen, brother.
Argue.
Amen, brother.
So in 2007, there were several sightings of a large man causing chaos near the town of Pine Ridge. When the police were called to the scene, they recorded bare footprints, which were only 13 inches long, which isn't that insane because I wear a size 12, but that's not the insane part. The insane part is that the feet measured to be 8 inches wide.
Oh, he's a girth boy.
He's a duck.
He's a girthy guy.
He's a fucking geese.
13 long, 8 wide.
Yeah.
Okay, but you need the girth if you're that big, right?
Gotta get that balance.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big foot.
Yeah.
He's not. See,
We're not
that's
saying he's Longfoot.
exactly.
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
it. He's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
Longfoot. He's like 26 feet long. No,
Yeah.
no. He's
No.
8 wide.
I'm not talking about Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, meet another guy with a 8-foot wide foot.
I want to see it.
8-foot wide foot.
If I had to guess, like, I think my foot's maybe like 4 wide, so like twice as wide.
I don't know. Big
1 inch longer, twice as wide.
I don't think yours is 4 feet fucking wide.
No, 4 inches.
Oh, okay.
4 feet.
Oh god.
Jesus, man. What is he? One of those plastic army men? He's fucking attached.
It's late.
It is
late.
midnight.
It's midnight.
So the police also caught a glimpse of a pair of gleaming eyes watching them from about 10 feet high in the dense woods, but the beast ran off before they could find him.
Crouch a little bit. Make it seem like you're somewhat normal.
The eyes are just like fucking massive. Normal height. That's
They're
almost more terrifying.
His eyes are 4 feet apart.
So also witnesses note that when they see him, they smell a putrid, musky odor, which would linger in the area. But
Tarrare.
what I have to say about that though is bears.
Battlestar Galactica.
Bears smell
Beets.
like shit.
Oh, okay.
If you've ever been close to a wild bear, they smell fucking awful. They're disgustingly
Have
smelling.
you been near a
Yes.
fucking wild bear?
Yeah. When I
When?
hiked in Glacier, I could smell them.
Really?
Yeah.
They could smell you too.
I know. They would take big
Do they
old
really
dumpers
stink
on our
like
trail.
shit?
Yeah, they smell awful.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even the babies?
I don't know. I don't smell no babies. I'd rather walk up to a full-grown grizzly bear than walk up to a baby grizzly bear.
I'm just trying to comfort myself right now and be like, the babies don't smell, right? The babies are good.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about bears, you see a baby bear, you fucking run, because the second you get close to that thing, a bear will come at you with more rage than anything. They protect their young like it's not like
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
They could climb a tree faster than they could run.
it would be probably better to punch a grizzly bear in the face than to touch its baby.
Yeah, I think so.
So, although at times his height or his looks get different answers and responses, there's only one characteristic that keeps people from seeing his face. What's keeping all the attention away from his face? And that's his fabulous fucking feature, which is a goddamn stovepipe top hat.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby.
Hello, my ragtime gal. So if you find yourself face to face with this Abe Lincoln wannabe, make sure you shield your eyes from his hat and get a good look at that handsome face, because maybe he just wants someone to appreciate his looks that he got from his ma and pa.
Oh, that is so true. That is so funny you brought up the Abe Lincoln thing, because I Googled where was Abe Lincoln born when you were talking. It was Kentucky/Indiana.
Slash, I don't fucking know, was underneath a
Slash
peach tree.
maybe South Dakota.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just wants a little attention, you know? I mean, he's vamping. It's clear, right? He's vamping. He's wearing gaudy stuff to try to get noticed by women. You know what vamping is?
Peacocking?
Oh, yeah. What am I... Is vamping the same thing?
Sounds like when you're trying to be like a goth kid who's dressed up as a vampire.
No, that's not vamping. What's vamping? Vamping definition.
Spruce up.
Vamp.
You're going to vamp up the trailer. Make it nice.
Attach a new upper to a boot or a shoe.
Perfect. That's exactly what you're trying to say.
Oh, I don't know what vamping is anymore. But anyway, it doesn't matter because you guys got your stories. And we got to tell them.
what you came here for.
And we got to tell them. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. We love telling you these stories, and we love you to stick around and you listen. 81 times. We've done it. 81 times.
God.
So thank you guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. If you guys want more information, go to campstrange.com. Rate, review, subscribe. We love it when you do that. If you want merch, we got merch. If you want to send us a story, send it to campstrangepodcast@gmail.com. And you could do that too. I I think that's it. But before we leave, David, what else do we have in the merch store for these fine folks?
I've got a full leather fedora with a feather in it from a peregrine falcon.
Did you say a full feather fedora with a feather in it?
Full leather fedora with a feather in it from a peregrine falcon.
Peregrine falcon, the fastest bird alive.
Don't try to race it. You'll lose.
I have a chopped cheese. What's that thing called that they sell in New York?
Slap chop?
No, cheese chop. A cheese chopped cheese. Fuck. I have that.
You don't have it.
I have a chopped cheese.
I got Shaquille O'Neal's hairline.
I have a caramel apple pop. Rip out your molar real quick like.
I've got Jeremy Renner's email address.
I have a bubble full of arsenic gas. Don't pop it. You're going to regret it.
I've got a self-portrait of you that you can pay $7 for, and I will mail it to you. And I'm not joking. You just gotta DM us. I will draw you a portrait, and I'll mail it to you for $7.
I have a lime green suit from Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look.
You ever seen my pistachio
I
suit?
guarantee it.
You ever seen my pistachio suit?
You don't have a pistachio suit.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I wore it to prom.
Oh, fuck. I got to see this.
I got a beard that's attached to the top of your head, but it's not your normal hair.
I have shoes that go on backwards.
I have got no teeth.
Let's end on that one. That one's great. And we love you guys. And if you have anything to say before we head out?
Snap into a Slim Jim, motherfucker.
And don't forget to stay strange.